Okay, so, when we talk about like big government contracts, right? Like what kind of stuff comes to mind? Probably maybe like fighter jets or like massive infrastructure projects.
Yeah, makes sense. Those are the kinds of things that grab the headlines.
Exactly. But what if I told you that there's actually this like really interesting and kind of surprisingly intense competition going on right now, and it's all about something we use like every single day, software.
Huh. That is interesting. I mean, it really speaks to how much software is just like the backbone of everything these days, governments included.
Totally. And that's kind of what we're going to be diving into today. So there's this Bloomberg article that came out recently, and it's all about how Google and Amazon, they're like seriously making moves to try and like, challenge Microsoft's grip on this whole world of government software.
Oh, wow. So like the really big players, huh? In government contracts. Those
Yeah.
are massive deals.
Uh,
We're talking billions of dollars, right?
Oh, yeah. Multi-billion-dollar stuff. And Microsoft, they've been like the king of this hill for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you think about all the different agencies and departments, they all use Microsoft products.
It's exactly. The Bloomberg article called it like a decades-long grip, which I think really captures it, right? Like it's been their territory for so long.
For sure. And that's a tough thing to break. Once a company gets that deeply embedded in a system, like it's hard to imagine anyone else taking over.
Right. It's like they've got the relationships, they've got the infrastructure set up. It's like a huge advantage.
Absolutely. So for Google and Amazon to even have a shot at this, there needs to be like some kind of major shakeup.
And that's where things get really interesting because the article actually points to Elon Musk and his, chaotic Department of Government Efficiency as like a potential catalyst for change.
Hold on, wait, what does Elon Musk have to do with government software?
Well, that's the thing, right? It's not immediately obvious, but the
Okay.
way the article talks about it is that all this, like, chaos and maybe like really intense reviews of spending and a push for newer solutions, it's kind of creating this opening.
Okay, I'm starting to see it. So it's like, while everything's getting shaken up, Google and Amazon,
Yeah.
they're seeing their chance to slip in.
Exactly. And the article even quotes them saying that this is like their best opportunity yet to make some real headway.
That's a good point. It's like sometimes it's not about being better, it's about being there at the right time.
Right place, right time, totally. And it sounds like they're not just, passively waiting around for things to change either.
So what are they actually doing?
Well, the article specifically mentions that both Google and Amazon have been ramping up their lobbying efforts in Washington.
Oh, so they're playing the game too. Making those connections, building those relationships.
For sure. Because, I mean, let's be real. Getting these kind of contracts, it's not just about having the best product.
Nope, it's about knowing the right people, navigating the bureaucracy, making sure your message gets heard.
Exactly. So, what do you think their pitch is? Like, how are they trying to convince the government to switch from, you know, the tried and true Microsoft?
Well, I think it's probably a multi-pronged approach. You know, they've got to hit on a few key points.
Like what?
Well, first off, cost, right? They're probably pushing their cloud services hard, saying, hey, look, we can save you a ton of money in the long run.
Okay, that makes sense because cloud services are kind of their bread and butter anyway, right?
Absolutely. And they can also play the innovation card. Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, they're both on the cutting edge of cloud computing.
So they're saying, hey, we've got the latest and greatest tech. Microsoft stuff is old news.
Pretty much. And they'd be right to a certain extent. I mean, cloud computing offers a lot of advantages like scalability, flexibility, better security.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of security, do you think they're bringing up things like FedRAMP compliance?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's got to be a major selling point, right?
Yeah.
If you're a government agency, you need to know that your data is secure and that your systems meet all the necessary standards.
Totally. So it sounds like Google and Amazon, they're really trying to paint a picture of themselves as like, the future-proof option.
Right? They're the ones who can handle whatever's coming next, whereas Microsoft is maybe a little more stuck in the past.
And when we talk about all this like chaos and change, what kind of stuff are we actually talking about? Like, does the article give any specifics on what this Department of Government Efficiency is pushing for?
It doesn't get into super granular detail, but we can kind of read between the lines, right?
Okay, so what are we reading?
Well, I think it's safe to say that they're probably looking for ways to break down some of those silos that exist between different agencies. Make sure that data can be shared more easily.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because, I mean, if different departments can't even talk to each other effectively, that's got to create a lot of waste.
Absolutely. And they might also be pushing for a more platform agnostic approach,
Hmm.
so they're not logged into any one vendor.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense from a risk management perspective, right? You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. And that's something that Google and Amazon can really capitalize on, right? They can come in and say, hey, we're not trying to lock him into anything. We're all about open standards and flexibility.
So it's not just about replacing Microsoft, it's about offering a whole different way of doing things.
Right, a more modular approach where
Mhm.
you can pick and choose the best tools for the job.
I like that. And the Bloomberg article, it really drives home the point that this is about a lot more than just, some abstract tech stuff.
Oh yeah, the stakes are high. We're talking about billions and billions of dollars.
Exactly. And not just the immediate contracts either, but the long-term implications for market share and
So
influence.
sure, whoever wins these government contracts,
Hmm.
it's a huge validation of their technology and their approach.
It's like a seal of approval from the most important customer in the world.
Exactly. So let's just recap for a second, right?
Right.
We've got Microsoft, they're the incumbent. They've been dominant for decades.
Then we've got Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency shaking things up, creating this window of opportunity.
And Google and Amazon, they're seizing the moment. They're lobbying hard. They're
Yeah.
pushing their cloud services and their more flexible approach.
It's like a three-way battle for the future of government software.
And the outcome is far from certain. I mean, there are so many factors at play.
Right. Like on the one hand, Microsoft has those deep relationships they've built up over years.
But Google and Amazon, they've got the cloud expertise, and
Mhm.
they can probably offer some pretty aggressive pricing.
And then there's the whole question of innovation, right?
Yeah.
Like who's really pushing the envelope and offering the most cutting-edge solutions?
So it's not just about who's the best right now. It's about who can adapt and evolve the fastest.
And ultimately, that's the question we're left with, right? Like, given all these different factors, who do you think is going to come out on top? Who's going to be the one shaping the future of government technology? It's definitely something worth keeping an eye on.
Absolutely. It's a fascinating story, and it shows you just how much is at stake in this world of tech.
For sure. And it's a reminder that even the biggest giants, they can be vulnerable when the ground starts shifting beneath them.
That's the beauty of tech, right? It's always changing, always evolving, and that creates opportunities for new players to emerge.
And for us to keep learning and exploring. So thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
My pleasure. Always happy to chat about all things tech.
And to all our listeners out there, make sure to check back in next time for another fascinating look at the world of tech and business.
We'll see you then.
Until next time.